Hello, my name is Emily. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm gonna be doing my first reading vlog. We'll see how this goes. I started a reading vlog a couple weeks ago and I trashed all the footage because I hated how it turned out. I'm not gonna do that with this reading vlog. I'm determined to make this work. I'm gonna be better about filming my thoughts and opinions and updates throughout this week and throughout this reading vlog, so hopefully. I've not been good about posting on YouTube just because, man, I second guess everything I've been doing right now. So I'm like, why would I film? Because no one's gonna care. That's not the point. I want to talk about books. So I think someone's gonna care out there. So I just need to keep filming and recording and putting out videos. Hopefully you have seen the title and you have seen the thumbnail. We are going to be reading the Red Rising first original trilogy. So Red Rising, Golden Sun, and Morning Star. Now, I have read Red Rising. I actually listened to it via audiobook in like 2023 or 2024. And I rated it a 3 at the time. I feel like I didn't give it a fair chance. I don't think I grasped the story well enough via audiobook just at the time. Maybe if I listen to the audiobook now, it'll be totally different, but I really want to go into the rest of the series. I've heard that the series gets a lot better after Red Rising. We're gonna ignore that past Emily rated it a 3 and just go in blind again and just reconnect with the story, because I truly think that this will be higher than a 3 when I go through my reread, and I have a feeling that the rest of the series will like emotionally traumatize me. So, but I do think it's very important that I do a reread of Red Rising before I go into the rest of the series. I'm really hopeful that I'll like the series. I'm gonna be really sad if I end up not liking this series as much as I think I'm going to. I did already cheat. I don't know if it's necessarily cheating. I read 20 pages last night. I only read 20 pages, so I don't have any thoughts, but I am gonna tab. I don't fully annotate, but I do tab. Hoping that these are all 5-star. Hoping and praying. I need to stop talking. Let's just get into reading. You guys can see a tank right here. I do have a crested gecko, but you definitely cannot see him. I will eventually show you guys him, but I do have a crested gecko and his name is Nox, after the Harry Potter spell, because crested geckos are nocturnal and the Harry Potter spell is the opposite or antithesis to Lumos. So you say Lumos to light and Nox to turn off the light, so I named him Nox. Okay, yeah, okay. The audiobook, I don't think I got the quotes, because in her eyes I see my heart, in her breath I hear my soul. She is my land, she is my kin, my love. I know what happens. Like, I know what happens. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna be tabbing a lot, I have a feeling. Even this line, just, Darrow, are you so red that you don't see what they've done to us? We have claim over this land, Darrow. Our sweat and blood watered this soil, yet it belongs to the golds, to the society. Oh my god, I'm 33 pages in, and this is already like the words, like, I don't know, something about this is just hitting so much more this time. And I don't know if it's because now I'm like starting to get more into higher fantasy and back like into sci-fi and heavy sci-fi and high fantasy, that like every word is kind of hitting, and I'm like, this is very good. I don't know what I was thinking the first time, but the writing and the book is already like, I'm really liking it. I'm only 33 pages in, so. I just got done with my workout, hence why I look like an egg. At the end of my workout, I like lift for an hour and then I do 30 minutes of stair stepper. And during those 30 minutes of stair stepper, to get me through it, I read on my Kindle. Oh my God, I feel like I didn't even read this book the first time. Like, I really do think and feel like the first time I read it is just gonna be a wash. Like, I'm not even gonna like, I feel like I can't even call this a reread. Like, I know the basis of what happened, but I feel like I didn't grasp it when I listened to it because of how much I'm loving this book now. And like, every word feels important, and I feel like I'm highlighting and annotating so much, and every word just has such a deep impact on me now. And I'm like, I think I'm only on page 70. And I just don't think it was the right time to read that book. I don't think I grasped it. I feel like I probably spaced out while listening to it. And so I feel like kind of upset that I even am like, oh yeah, this is a reread. No, it's not. It's barely a reread, because the second time around, oh, my jaw is on the floor. Like, this book is so good. And I've heard that like this book compared to the rest of the series is like miles behind the rest of the series. I cannot wait to continue the series. Truly, I'm so excited. I officially have less than 200 pages left in Red Rising, and I wish I could finish it tonight. I'm gonna really try to do my best to finish it tonight, but I'm a sleepy girl. Once it hits like 8:30, I'm ready for bed. My Kindle says I do have 5 hours and 3 minutes left in this book. So it's currently 6:03 and I go to bed at 9. So that's not gonna happen. I have cheese and crackers behind me. So my mom is from Wisconsin, so I grew up eating this cheese. This cheese is so good. It's not good for you, but it's so addicting. And I have Ritz crackers. So that's my snack of choice. But I'm gonna shut up and just read, okay? Let me do that. Also, if you see this bear back here, this is a weighted bear because your girl's got anxiety. So if you ever see this, I'm a stuffed animal girl also, so. Sorry if you can hear my dryer, but I have been saying for the past 2 days that I'm gonna finish it today. I finally finished Red Rising this morning. It was a 5-star. I mean, duh. I think based on my reactions, you can see that it was a 5-star. It was so well done and completely different a reading experience than the first time I read it. As I've said multiple times, first time was a 3-star, this time's a 5. It's completely different. I feel totally different about the characters. Again, I don't know if it's like just the reading experience or if it's just me growing as a reader and like growing into new taste or growing into my taste as a reader. The first time around, I feel like I didn't like the characters, and this time I love the characters. I feel like I got bored with the story. This time I love the story. The writing was phenomenal, the quotes were phenomenal, the character growth, and again, the characters are pretty unlikable in some parts, but that's what I've learned to love, that I love unlikable characters. I love seeing character development and character growth, and it just makes them feel more real and makes them feel human. It makes me more attached to them too, and I'm so attached to so many of these characters. I cannot wait to go to the next book. Obviously, all the quotes in this, like, I tabbed so freaking much. I mean, the quotes and like the character dialogue and inner monologues are just so good. I don't know, I was just able to slow down with this book and kind of really get the meaning behind it and see the purpose of why it's written, why the characters are acting this way. Before, like, the first time around, I just didn't get it. And I think, again, I keep saying this, I'm repeating myself, but it's showing the growth I've had as a reader. So yeah, it was a 5-star. I mean, I loved it, and I have a feeling like every single book in this series will be a 5-star. Like, I do think that this might end up being a God tier series for me, and I'm so excited because I'm so pumped to have a God tier series, and I feel like I'm gonna cry in the next one. I just have a feeling that like the rest of the books are gonna make me cry. I teared up and I wanted, but I didn't, no tear fell, but my eyes got watery in this because the loss in this hit me a little hard, and I just feel like it's gonna get worse. Just gonna get worse. So many, like, I don't know if you would call them plot twists or just like reveals that happen that I totally forgot about. And I'm like, that happened? Like, that person's that person? Like, that happened so much in this book where I was like, did I even read it the first time? And I highly recommend picking up this series. I do think this might be a book that you have to be in the mood for. I don't think you can kind of force yourself to get into this book. That's just my personal opinion. I was in the mood for this. I'm in a high fantasy mood and a sci-fi mood. I want emotional damage and like heavy world building and like kind of messed up characters. And so this was the perfect book for me to pick up and the perfect series for me to pick up. Anyways, I'm sad to finish this, but I'm so excited to pick up Golden Sun. I'm gonna stop talking because I feel like you can hear my dryer. So I'm gonna shut up, but I'm gonna pick up Golden Sun, and oh my God, I'm holding it upside down. I looked at the back and I was like this. I'm gonna pick this up. Tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday and I don't give a lick about football, so I will be sitting on my boyfriend's parents' couch for the whole day reading, and I feel phenomenal about that. I'm gonna do a couple things around my house and then I'm gonna pick this up, and I cannot wait. I just want to start out by apologizing. I think the last time I spoke to you was Saturday, and I had mentioned that I was gonna start Golden Sun and it was gonna be Super Bowl Sunday. It is now Tuesday and I have not checked in with you, but I'm checking in now to let you know that I'm over halfway. I'm over halfway through this book. I'm on page 236. I read 150 pages on Sunday, which was Super Bowl Sunday. Kind of like I said, I planned to just sit on the couch and eat food, and that is exactly what I did. And I read also yesterday on Monday, and I just didn't have time to check in on Monday. Which brings us to today, which is Tuesday. I wanted to give my thoughts before 50%, but we're here now, so I can't really tell. But same with Red Rising. I have been tabbing like a mofo. My jaw, like, I have to pick up my jaw off the ground because this series is so freaking good. I am just adoring this book. I thought the world building was amazing in Red Rising. It gets even better. Everything that I was like, this is amazing, Red Rising is perfect, everything in Red Rising that I thought was perfect gets better. Like, this is such a good continuation with the series. Like, it in no way feels like a filler book. It's the second book in a series. A lot of the times in fantasy books, the second book in the series just has elements of it to like further you deeper or like transition you into like the next part of like the plot, or like furthers you into the plot. It brings you more into the world so that you can continue on with like the main overarching plot of the series. And like I do think that that's what it's doing, but it is in no way boring. There's something like about the way that Pierce Brown does time jumps. Like I don't love a time jump because sometimes I'm like, but what the fuck happened? Like what did I miss? Like tell me. I want all the nitty-gritty, especially if I'm enjoying a series. Something about the way that he does time jumps is so good, and it makes you feel like you're not missing anything, but also like it keeps the pace of the story going, so you never feel bored and you never feel like you're getting too much like unnecessary content. He is so intentional with the world building, the info, the characters that he provides. It's so good. The inner monologue. And this is not a romance story, but the romance and the love in it, because it's like you just get little crumbs of it. Those crumbs, oh my god. Especially as someone who loves romantasy and I love romantic subplots, it just eats. Oh my god, it eats. This is an out of context quote, but so skip if you don't want any out of context quotes. But home isn't where you're from, it's where you find light when all grows dark. Find your home, Darrow. It may not be in the past, but find it and you'll never be lost again. You kidding me? There is no guilt, not when you're the judge. But I cannot think only of the red girl. When I see the moon, I think of the sun. Mustang burns in my thoughts. If Io smelled of rust and soil, then the golden girl is fire and autumn leaves. If you know, chapter 24, Bacon and Eggs, hits on a different level. Oh my god. An out of context quote, I thought you didn't like bacon. Oh, and then I have to mention something that happens in these two books, totally unrelated, but like, and it won't spoil anything for either of these books, but it's kind of more of a, if you know, you know. So in If We Were Villains, there is a quote, and it says per aspera ad astra, and that is a Latin saying, and it mentions in this that there's many definitions and translations from Latin to modern English. There's through the hardships to the stars. There's a ton of different translations for it. But in If We're Villains, it says, my favorite translation is through the thorns to the stars. And I loved that. It basically means that in order to get to the good points in your life and to have accomplishments, you're going to go through hard things, and you have to go through hard things to get to the good. And so you have to go through the thorns to get to the stars. So when I read If We Were Villains and I saw per aspera ad astra and through the thorns to the stars, so it just stuck with me, and so much so that I want to get a tattoo that says per aspera ad astra, because it just something stuck with me. So imagine my surprise when I'm reading Golden Sun and at the bottom of this page it says per aspera ad astra. I got full body chills. I just got chills again. I just was like serendipitous that it said it in this book that I'm loving so much. When I loved If We Were Villains, it was a 5-star. It was a phenomenal book for me. So when I read it in Golden Sun, and then I flip a page and it says through the thorns to the stars. Now remember, there's a ton of translations for that. Both of these books said per aspera ad astra and then directly referenced that specific translation through the thorns to the stars. This might not mean anything to anyone else, but it meant a lot to me and was just kind of like, oh my god. And so I think I need to get a tattoo now. So that was just something really small that just, I don't know, it just meant a lot to me, and that quote really sticks with me. So both of books that I absolutely love, I'm loving this book, said that with the exact same translation. I don't know, I just thought it was cool. Anyways, I'll shut the fuck up so I can read this book. All right, hello. I don't think I've talked to you since last night, but today is Wednesday. I just got home from work and my only plan for the night is to finish Golden Sun. I'm gonna try and not jinx myself. I'm gonna try and finish it because I only have 142 pages left. I cannot wait to finish it. Not because I want this book to be over, but just because I love this book so much and I just want to read and binge this book. And I'm so excited to start Morningstar. Sorry, I was just thinking about how this is like supposed to be the completed trilogy and then he ended up extending it. And I'm like, how was the series supposed to originally just finish in 3 books? That's where I'm confused. But anyways, I won't ramble now. I'll ramble once I finish this book. I am gonna get in comfy clothes. I'm gonna get a snack. And my plan is to just read the 142 pages I have left in this book. So today is Thursday. It's actually like 10:30 right now. And I took the day off of work because I am going to a very exciting tattoo appointment. I have to leave here in like 40 minutes, but I have 35 pages left in this book. So I'm gonna sit here and finish this book. Hopefully before I have to leave. I'm like kind of cutting it close. So I'm gonna stop talking and I'm just gonna read. Well, I'm not getting my tattoo today. She texted me and she was like, I'm so sorry. I was on the way. She's like, I'm so sorry. I had a family emergency and I'm gonna have to reschedule. And I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's totally fine. Obviously it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. It does suck because I did take the day off for this. But oh well, we're gonna make the most of it. You know, maybe this was meant to happen. I'm really, really, really sad though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really sad that I'm not getting it today because I'm like so excited. But obviously, like, it's not a big deal. I'm just hopeful that like everything's okay with her family. That's like my main thing. And I texted her and she was like, I'm so sorry, I've never canceled this like close to an appointment. I feel so horrible. And I texted her and I was like, no worries, like these things happen. I hope everything's okay with you. And I was like, she was like, I'll text you as soon as I can with like times to rebook. And I was like, just take your time, no worries. I'll still get my tattoo. It's just not gonna be today. And I'm kind of sad. But oh well, it was meant to be for a reason. Instead, I'm heading to Barnes & Noble. Because why would I not? I literally have 10 pages left of Golden Sun. So I'm gonna go sit in a Barnes & Noble and finish it. I just filmed a clip and I realized that my mic was off. But I'm currently sitting in the corner of a Barnes & Noble and I'm horrified right now because I'm filming in public. I have exactly 10 pages left of Golden Sun. So I'm going to sit here and finish it and then I'm going to walk around. Really proud of myself. I went in, well, when I started shopping, I went in with a plan. 2 books in mind that I was going to get. The first one was Iron Gold, because I have a feeling I'm going to finish Morningstar and then want to go right into this. So also my purse was heavy as hell, so I have a mark on my shoulder. And then this got released 2 days ago. We have Throne of Nightmares by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the 3rd book in the Prince of Sin series. Throne of the Fallen, which is Prince Envy's book, I rated it like a 4.25, I think. And then the 2nd book, Throne of Secrets, which was Prince Gluttony's book, I rated like a 2 or a 2.5. I did not like it. It annoyed the shit out of me. But I still want to continue with the series. So, and I really like Prince Sloth, so this is his book, Throne of Nightmares. So I'm still continuing with the series because they are interconnected standalone. And I also loved Kingdom of the Wicked series, the YA by Carrie Maniscalco. That's Prince Wrath's 3 books. So I definitely want to continue the series. I'm just hoping that this is better than the 2nd one. I really want Chick-fil-A and I really want a Fountain Diet Coke. I said in Barnes & Noble, but I think my mic cut out, that this was not a good book to finish in public because that ending has me like, oh my god, 5 stars. At first, there was like a point in this book that I was like, maybe this book specifically isn't a 5-star. It is. I don't know why I questioned it. I think there was just a point where there were like 2 or 3 points in this book where I feel like Pierce Brown kind of just like threw information at us, and I was like, wait, what? When did that happen? And like, why are we not getting background knowledge on it? Like, it kind of just was like thrown at us. And like, that's where I was like, maybe this isn't a 5-star, but now like that I finished the book, it is a 5-star. I like see and understand why he did it that way. That ending was, oh my God. But this was an amazing continuation. It does not have second book syndrome at all, like a lot of fantasy novels. It happens. It is what it is. There can be filler. It doesn't feel that way. This continues the story so well. I did tear up. I didn't cry. There's a lot more humor in this one than there is in Red Rising. And it just allows you to fall in love, especially with the side characters more and more. And like the reveals of who people are and the plot reveals were just crazy, especially at the end. I just cannot wait to pick up Morningstar. This was a 5-star. I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna clean, and I'll check in with you later when I'm starting Morningstar. And that will be the last book of this video. Oh no, I already feel like crying. I'm not even 1 chapter in. I'm at the end of the first chapter and I want to cry already. I'm saying this right now. If anything happens to Severo, I'm throwing fucking hands. I'm throwing hands. 9, I can't believe that it was 9 months. That was like one of the best characters. Like, what do you mean? What do you fucking mean? I'm so mad right now. I feel like I was so good at updating you during Red Rising, and Golden Sun and Morningstar. I've been doing a just shit job. I am on page 308 of Morningstar, which is like, I think 60% through. I have like 210 pages left. I can't even remember the last time I talked to you. I feel like it might have been like maybe Friday. And then yesterday was Monday, and I finally got my tattoo. It's gonna be really hard to see because I have the second skin on. It is a wyvern. This is my first like book fantasy tattoo, and I freaking love it. But it took 3 hours last night. But anyways, yes, I did get my tattoo. It is a wyvern. It's not a dragon. It's a wyvern. And it's based loosely off of Abraxas from Throne of Glass. That was kind of, I told her, my like inspiration for getting a wyvern instead. Include her link like down below, and like put up her Instagram here. And then I'll also include a better photo of the tattoo here. Anyways, back to Morning Star. I filmed a clip on Sunday, which you'll have seen, of me at a coffee shop and trying really, really, really hard not to cry in public based on what happened. And if you know, you know, I am no builder. Yeah, I'm not okay. And it was a character that I was like, yeah, nothing's gonna happen to them. That was my first problem, is assuming that nothing bad was gonna happen to any of these characters. Skip to this time if you don't want like any quotes whatsoever. They're gonna be out of context quotes, and I'll like remove any names from them. I know you don't think you deserve to be happy, but you do, child. You deserve it more than anyone I know. So do what you need to do, then come home to me. Are you kidding me? You and I keep looking for light in the darkness, expecting it to appear, but it already has. We're it, boyo. Broken and cracked and stupid as we are, we're the light and we're spreading. But I am no builder, so take your time. We will wait. One of the things that I really love about this book is it really, really delves into like Darrow's character. I mean, they all do. They're all from his perspective. His inner turmoil between just himself of like, what is right? What should I do? What should I not do? And just having this like, just going back and forth with himself about what is right, what is right, what is wrong, and how to properly do this, and like going by like what he trusts in his gut or like what he thinks people expect of him. I just really think that Darrow's character and the character arc and character development that we see of Darrow in this book specifically has been phenomenal. Having a flawed character and like almost not unlikable, but just flawed, and a real character that goes through real shit and has real problems and is not perfect is really important for me. And something that I look for a lot in books, because I love character development and I love character arc. I don't know how everything's gonna be okay, because this is the first arc, like the first trilogy, and it was originally gonna be completed. So I'm like, where else does it go? Like, how does it finish? And I feel like I keep saying that, but I'm very curious. I am like quickly coming on to say that I have less than 100 pages left. I'm on page 421 out of 518. So I have less than 100 pages left of Morning Star. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna binge. Hopefully, I'm gonna not jinx myself. I'm just gonna sit here and read. We're not gonna jinx ourselves because this has been happening this whole video. Damn, Pierce Brown is pretty brutal when it comes to characters and just... What? No, no, okay, I'm gonna have to pull one of these and cover the page. No, there's no way. Okay, we're good. I was about to have a freak out. Bank on fucking Severo to just say some stupid shit. What? What the fuck? That is the most Severo and Victra thing I've ever read. No, no, like I don't want to flip the page. No. No. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. They can't, no. Oh my god, I can't even like see the pages. I had full faith in this character that he was gonna change. And then, damn, they really... I'm in complete denial that that happened. I'm like equally mad as I am just like so sad. Not okay. I feel like I know what's gonna happen, but that would be very shocking if what I think is gonna happen actually happens. Oh my god, thank God. Thank God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was perfect. It's been a couple days since I've finished. I finished this book on Wednesday and today is Friday. So I just kind of had to sit on my thoughts, and I think you guys can tell, like, it's a 5-star. You guys saw my reaction to the ending of Morningstar. It broke my heart. I put it back together again. There was just so much range of emotion. I feel like I went through every emotion within like 50 pages. This was such a good end to a series. Now, again, the series is not done. Like, I still have 4 more books later this year. This series was supposed to just be a trilogy. And I feel like if it ended here, this is a very satisfying ending. It's a very good conclusion to a series. Because sometimes with series, like, you can end up being disappointed if stuff doesn't wrap up very nicely. I can see where this series will continue to go. This book, the way it delves into grief, and again, I feel like I mentioned this, Darrow's inner monologue of what is right and what is wrong, what he should do and what he shouldn't do. And that was a theme through this whole series, and the theme of leadership and what is good for the society, what's bad for the society, and then also recognizing that, like, no society is perfect. And there's just so much to this series, and it is, like, again, heartbreaking, but then you're laughing the next minute. Darrow is one of my favorite male characters of all time. He is just so layered, and oh my God. And this book, it was such a good conclusion for him especially, but also the other side characters. And the ending was just so sweet. As with all of these books, I have tabbed this one to no end. Every single one of these 3 books was a 5-star. And I have a feeling this whole series is going to be a 5-star for me. Now, again, they are all 5-star, but I think ranking-wise, I don't really know. Morningstar is my favorite, Golden Sun, and then Red Rising, I think. But there's something special about Red Rising that, like, but it's so different from, I feel like, the rest of the series. But there's something special about Red Rising. But I do think out of the 3, again, they're all 5-star. It is my least favorite, but I, again, obviously highly recommend this series. I am waiting a little bit. I'm giving myself a little mental health break until I continue the rest of the series, and I'm gonna live in delusion that all the characters are happy and they have their happy ending and they just live out the rest of their days happy. This, I think, is a part of my God tier list. It's been 2 days and I cannot stop thinking about this series. It has not left my brain. I will probably do another reading vlog, like, continuing this series. I don't know when, but I hope you guys liked this reading vlog. I hope you found it interesting. I hope I articulated myself well. I feel like I'm still kind of getting used to, like, articulating my thoughts on a book outwardly instead of just, like, in my brain. And I feel like sometimes, I don't know if it's the ADHD, but, like, I can't voice properly what I'm thinking verbally, you know? So if there's any other series that you think I would like, or you would be interested in me reading, seeing me read, let me know. Anyone else get sad putting away books that they loved back on their shelf? They're gonna sit right next to me though. Thank you so much for being here. If you stayed till the end, I love you so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.